Hello, welcome to another class on the past tense. In our last class, we discussed the past perfect tense. We have learned how to form sentences in the past perfect tense. In today's class, I am going to discuss the last aspect of the past tense, that is past perfect continuous tense. In the present perfect continuous tense, we use two auxiliaries when we make sentences. They are have been and has been. You know it very well. We use the auxiliary have been with I, we, you, and they, and has been with he, she, and it. We say he has been playing, we have been waiting, they have been talking, she has been teaching. But in the past perfect continuous tense, we use only one auxiliary, that is had been. We make sentences, we form sentences in the past perfect continuous tense using the auxiliary had been. We use this auxiliary with all pronouns with I, we, they, you, he, she, and it. We use the past perfect continuous tense to talk about an action that started in the past and continued until a specific time in the past. Let's learn how sentences are formed in the past perfect continuous tense using the auxiliary had been. Look at this example. I had been waiting for his reply. In this sentence, we have used the auxiliary had been. If we write the same sentence in the present perfect continuous tense, we say it becomes I have been waiting for his reply. Here it is had been. We have used had been in place of have been. When we write sentences in the past perfect continuous tense, as you can see here, we use ing form of the verb. We have used waiting. I had been waiting. Ing form of the verb is used when we make sentences in the past perfect continuous tense. Second example here, we had been talking about it. We use had been with we, or when the subject is we use the same auxiliary, that is had been. We had been talking about it. Here too, we have used the ing form of the verb talking. We had been talking about it. They had been working for 5 years. Had been is used with the subject they, with the pronoun they. You had been cooking for long. When the subject is you, when the pronoun is you, we use the auxiliary had been when we write sentences in the past perfect continuous tense. He had been working all night. Here the subject is he. Please note, we have used the auxiliary had been when the subject or the pronoun is he. When we write this sentence in the present perfect continuous tense, we say he has been working. In the past perfect continuous tense, we use the auxiliary had been. He had been working. She had been reading a book. This is in the past perfect continuous tense. In the present perfect continuous tense, we say she has been reading a book. When the subject is he, she, and it, in the present perfect continuous tense, we use the auxiliary has been. And when the subject is I, we, you, and they, we use the auxiliary have been. But in the past perfect continuous tense, as I have already told you, we use only one auxiliary, that is had been. Last example here, it had been disturbing us. When the subject is it, we use the auxiliary had been when we write sentences in the past perfect continuous tense. As far as this tense is concerned, as far as past perfect continuous tense is concerned, what we need to remember is we use the auxiliary had been with all pronouns, and after writing had been, as you can see here, we write ing form of the verb. Waiting, talking, working, cooking, reading, and disturbing. Now let's find out how we form negative sentences in the past perfect continuous tense. In the present perfect continuous tense, when we are to form negative sentences, we use the auxiliaries haven't been and hasn't been. Here, in the past perfect continuous tense, when we form negative sentences, we use the auxiliary hadn't been. Let's try to change this sentence into the negative. I had been waiting for his reply. When we write it in the negative, it becomes I hadn't been waiting for his reply, or I had not been waiting for his reply. We had been talking about it. We had not been talking about it. They had been working for 5 years. They had not been working for 5 years. You had been cooking for long. You had not been cooking for long. He had been working all night. He had not been working all night. She had been reading a book. She had not been reading a book. It had been disturbing us. It had not been disturbing us. This is the way we make negative sentences in the past perfect continuous tense using the auxiliary hadn't been. If we are to form interrogative sentences or form questions in the past perfect continuous tense, how should we write? Let's find out. I had been waiting for his reply. Had I been waiting for his reply is the correct way of forming the question. We had been talking about it. Had we been talking about it? They had been working for 5 years. Had they been working for 5 years? You had been cooking for long. Had you been cooking for long? He had been working all night. Had he been working all night? She had been reading a book. Had she been reading a book? It had been disturbing us. Had it been disturbing us? This is how we form negative sentences in the past perfect continuous tense. The difference between present perfect continuous tense and the past perfect continuous tense is in the present perfect continuous tense we use the auxiliaries have been and has been, whereas in the past perfect continuous tense we use the auxiliary had been and ing form of the verb. That's all for now. Before I wind up, I would like to test your understanding of the topic. Here are some questions for you. There are 6 questions here, 6 sentences. What you are required to do is you have to write these sentences in the past perfect continuous tense. All these sentences are in the present perfect continuous tense. As you can see here, we have used the auxiliaries have been and has been in these sentences. Have been and has been are used in the present perfect continuous tense. We have learnt what we use when we make sentences in the past perfect continuous tense. He has been studying. I have been calling him. We have been discussing the matter. 4. They have been waiting. She has been struggling. Last sentence here, it has been raining. Try to write all these 6 sentences in the past perfect continuous tense. I hope you have found this class useful. Try forming more sentences in the past perfect continuous tense using the auxiliary had been. Thank you for watching. Follow for more.